Hey beauties, welcome back to Beauty and Cherise.
Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really did blow you up.
What's up y'all? I pray that everyone is feeling divine, blessed, and highly favored. In today's video, you guys, I wanted to get into it on how to shift your reality. Because I know a lot of people get tired of living in the same old reality or doing the same type of things, been around the same type of people, same type of energies, the loop-de-loops. Yeah, I know that's getting real old and tired. So yeah, if you getting sick of your reality, your current reality is not what you want, and you know that you've been praying for and manifesting for more, this video right here is for you. So before we get into it, y'all, please make sure y'all go ahead and like and subscribe, and then comment below if y'all have any suggestions or y'all would like to share any comments y'all have on the video. Just please feel free. I'm very nice if y'all want to leave comments and chit chat below. Shifting into the new reality. Okay, so the first step that it requires, bless me. The first step that it requires to shift into your new reality is, first, you must believe that you can change your reality. Okay, so the first step is belief, because if you don't have the belief, if you don't have the faith in yourself, if you can't see it for yourself, like if you don't have the subconscious belief that like I can actually do this, if it's not realistic to you, then it's going to be unachievable. You're going to find yourself in the same space as you are today, or previously. So it's definitely very imperative for us to make our goals and the things that we're trying to manifest into our reality, make them realistic. So a lot of times, if we make things more realistic to like our belief, not saying that we can't hit our target goals, but again, with the baby stepping to things. So for example, let's say I'm trying to manifest $50,000. I've never me personally, I've never like in this moment of life had $50,000. So it will be kind of hard for me to believe that I can just up and manifest $50,000 right now, or my circumstances will probably be a lot different. So when it comes to these type of things, we have to kind of make these things realistic. So instead of me trying to outright manifest $50,000, I might try to go for something more attainable, like maybe, I don't know, 20K or 10K, something just more in a range where I can actually see it happening, versus something that's just so out of reach. So making sure that we're again making things realistic for us. We want these fit bodies, not just feeling like, oh, go to the gym a couple weeks and then if the results don't come, then it's just not like, obviously you're gonna see like results within time. Certain things take a little more time, so you have to consistently remember your why as to why you're doing these things, so it can help you constantly connect with that belief system that you can obtain these things, like just making these goals reachable for us. So just make it realistic. That's the whole point. I said make it realistic. Second point, visualize what you want. So yes, visualize this. So just like a kid, when we were kids and we like to play, play with our imagination and come up with these stories we tell our friends and all these different things. Imaginations run wild, right? So we have to get creative with this. So when you're imagining your dream reality, or what it is that you're trying to manifest and shift into, what does that look like for you? What is your day to day? What are the things that you're enjoying? Who are the people that you're surrounding yourself with? What do you like to do? So what does that environment look like for you? All these things we need to be visualizing in our mind's eye, because if we can see it, then we can achieve it. And a lot of times, if we can see it, it makes it look a lot more realistic to us. And a lot of times it's really great if we have, different types of visualization techniques that we can practice with ourselves that can help us stay focused on the things that we want. Because what do we know? Where energy focuses on, or where energy flows, is where energy goes, right? So what you're focused on is where your energy is going to, which is what's going to manifest. So it's important that we are paying attention to the things we want, staying focused on those things, and blocking out things that aren't of the things that we want. So if you, for example, let's say you are manifesting your spouse or your partner, and you have these qualities that you want in your person, obviously if someone comes along, you're not gonna just settle for the first best thing that comes to you because you're in a season of maybe, you know, just really having high standards. And so maybe you might go through certain seasons where it may feel a little bit lonelier than other seasons, or, you know, because as your standards and morals and things increase, it is harder for people to keep up with that. And so a lot of times, you know, it might be harder for a lot of people to step up to the plate. So you don't want to go with the first option that comes along, because especially if they're not checking off those boxes that you know that you require, then it's best to not settle, because if you let the universe know that this is something that you're willing to give into, then it'll send you more of those type of things that you're willing to settle for, which is like, okay, well, this is convenient for now until the universe gets my actual thing ready. That's not how it works. It's like, if this is what you're choosing, then the universe is going to send more of this. So if you're saying that you want a person that respects your boundaries and respects you and values you as a person and treats you like, you know, the wonderful person that you know yourself to be, then you must stand 10 toes if someone comes in your life that is not reflecting these actions. They're not treating you like you're valuable, and they're not treating you with respect, and they're not treating you like you're worth it. So it's not to continue to engage with these things, people, and places, because if they're not serving your best bit, if they're not making you feel like that version of yourself that you're visualizing, that you're trying to manifest for yourself, then you're continuously trying to like entangle your energy with this thing, then the universe and God, your source, is going to take that as, okay, this is what she likes, or this is what he likes, this is what they want. So we're just going to kind of like continue to pour that onto them, because, you know, by you, it doesn't matter what your mouth say, it matters what your actions say. So just like if you were dating a person, they were like, or even if you had a friend, but I'm just going to use dating because this example is much easier. If you were dating a person, they were like, yeah, you know, babe, I'm going to buy you flowers every week. And they only buy you flowers one week, and then the rest of the weeks is like dead. You know, so it's just like, just because you're, you know, we can't just rely on words. Actions is like, a person can say they love you, but it's not what they say, it's in what they do that you feel the love. Like, love is not just, oh, I love you. I'm like, oh, okay. That's not how it works. It's action based. So a lot of these things, if you don't see, you know, people, things, and places stepping up to where this new version of you requires it, then it's best that you eliminate these things, people, and places until you get what it is that you're desiring. So you have to be really, really picky when it comes to the things that you want. I don't care what the world say, oh, you too particular with this and this and that. That's how you must be in order to get your manifestations, because if you're not specific on exactly what it is that you want, then you're going to get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it ain't gonna be exactly what you've been praying for, manifesting, etc. So stand firm on your visualizations and making sure that you're not really engaging with things that don't align with what you visualize for yourself. Make a list of what you want. So making a list and checking it twice, right? So when we're making a list about the things that we want, it makes it a lot easier for us to decipher when things come in our life that are not of what we want, because a lot of times we pray for things we want and stuff, and when things come along, we're willing to settle the dust, because a lot of times we have impatient hearts, and that's why God has to test us, because he just wants to see, you know, like, for example, I make a whole praying list of, you know, this is what I want in my new place, like all these things. And then my first apartment viewing, I go see this place that has like none of the things. The only thing they have is like the fact that it is an apartment. The rest is like, doesn't have the space size, doesn't have a washer and dryer unit, doesn't have a balcony, doesn't have a gym, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, obviously you're not going to settle for that, because that's the first apartment you viewed. You obviously want to continue to house hunt, you know, apartment hunt, penthouse hunt, who knows, dream big, baby. But we're not going to settle for the very first thing. So when we make lists, it actually makes it actually a lot more organized in our thoughts, and we can actually see written down like, okay, I know I want this washer and dryer unit. It needs to have a balcony. It needs to have these, so that when you're going in an apartment, you're checking these things off. Like, okay, it has this, it has this. And the same thing can apply to friendships, relationships, etc. Like, okay, this is what I want in a friendship. this person is not really presenting these things. I do see some of these qualities, but it looks like the cons are outweighing the pros. Like, these are the sort of things we have to like pay attention to, because that's how God tests us. He get real slick with the test. Like, you know, okay, let's see if this person gonna just settle for like the first or second thing we send, and just settle because they have lack of faith. Because a lot of times people do and will settle and get comfortable with the first thing that comes to them, and it's just like, okay, I'll take this. Like, there's nothing better out there. So yes, definitely making sure we're making that list so we can have that clear visualization, or like the clear outline is what I'm trying to say, that clear outline of exactly what it is that we're trying to manifest. 4, set your intentions. So setting your intentions looks like every single day. You're setting your intentions when you're starting your day, how you maneuvering with your days, the things that you're doing in your spare time, how you're taking that time, how you're viewing yourself in that time frame. Like, everything is about intention. When you're moving with intention, it's like almost you're setting morals for yourself. You're setting standards. So I'm not just gonna date without intentions. I'm gonna make sure that, okay, I'm dating to marry, or going in this job I'm working this job to eventually build my own business. My intentions is to build my own business, but this is what I'm doing for now to help me step into that chapter of building my business. Or my intention today is just to be as positive as possible. Like, waking up in the morning with that intention, like, I have the intention to be positive today, or to do something that I know is gonna add fruit, add more fruit to the table. So just making sure that when we're walking in intention, we're actually a lot more disciplined. We're getting things done, because it's like we're not just walking willy-nilly, like, oh, okay, going with the flow. Whoever made that go with the flow, like, I definitely believe in surrendering and going with the flow. I think it's two different things, because I feel like when you go with the flow, you just don't have no sort of plan. And I get it, life is happening. Sometimes God, will knock our plans out. But sometimes it is best that, we do lay stuff out sometimes, even if it doesn't kind of work out, or sometimes it'll end up working out better, but if we have certain plans, it is best to lay them out, set intentions on how you plan for the plans to go through. Like, I'm going on a vacation, so my intentions is to go to Jamaica and have a great time. So I'm gonna set this plan so it's not just day of, everything is just chaotic and crazy flights, and it's a lot traveling. Even though it can be a great time, it can be a lot of fun, it's a lot that goes into it. It's a lot of booking, traveling, confirmations, making sure that you have set up transportation when you get there. So intention has to be behind all of this, because when you're walking into the trip, you want everything to kind of flow easily for you. So in order for that to happen, you have to have the intention for everything to be already done or already ready for you, so that, you can just enjoy the trip with ease. I already set up the B&B. I already set up the ride share, or the, bus that we're going to take to get there. And then this is the places that we're going to go. That's my intentions. Now, if something else happens, then it happens, but we have it all laid out. We have that list, and we set our intentions for how we want this to go. The intentions is this is going to be a positive, fun, and drama-free trip. Okay, that's the intentions behind it. So I know that was more of a lightweight example, but yeah, just making sure that we're moving, because I've realized a lot of people in life, they just kind of go with the flow of what they think is just doing things without thought, without any real definition behind it, just doing it to be doing it, versus when you're doing things with intention, you're doing it with your why, knowing why, waking up I'm going to continue to do this because. And then for 5, we have be positive. So this one can be a toughie, especially depending on how long it may take for your reality manifestations and things to come. A lot of times, the doubt can sink in. Faith can waver, because you are visualizing and you're putting the intention and you're doing all these things and you have the plan, but you still haven't seen it manifest. And that's where being positive can work in your favor. We have to make sure that we're keeping a positive mind frame no matter what it looks like. And that is the blind faith that we always talk about every single video. Faith without works is dead, baby. And the way you walk in it is just continuing to encourage yourself through the trial and the difficulty, because things that are easy to get aren't worth keeping, or it doesn't last. So understand that even if it does take a second for it to manifest, understand you are manifesting something of longevity. It's not just a temporary, short-lived thing. It's something that is going to be, you know, you're going to be able to sustain and going to be able to pass down through your bloodline. So just continuously, you know, having that list, you know, and just checking off your whys and continuing to remind yourself and like, no, like, I'm doing this because not just for myself, but also for my future family or friends, or for my now family friends, like, you know, whatever the case is. Like, we don't only want to be successful so we can, you know, bless ourselves. A lot of times we want to be successful so we can bless ourselves, help others, take care of our families. So, you know, it's just important to not be so hard on ourselves. Be on our own team. Be our own best friends. Just like if you had a best friend, you wouldn't be discouraging her, saying, "Oh, well, you're not manifesting it fast enough. You can't do it." You're gonna encourage that friend. You're gonna let her know, "Girl, I understand it's not here yet, but it's on the way." And we need to be the same way with ourselves that we would be with that best friend. Okay? So just because things aren't manifesting overnight, or if it does, a lot of people don't know what to do with overnight manifestations. That's why it's a lot harder. But you know, just constantly just reminding yourself, you know, it's gonna work out eventually. In divine timing. Divine timing can be tomorrow. Nobody knows when divine timing is. People be getting upset with the saying divine timing, like, no, divine timing. But you don't know when it is. It is divine, meaning it can be at any moment. It can be now, it can be tomorrow, it can be next week, it can be next year. So it's just all about like just the unknowingness that bothers people. Like they're not sure when. And that's where the faith comes in, and that's where the work is on your part. It's just continuing to remain in that positive mind frame for as long as it takes. When you really want something bad enough, it doesn't matter as long as it takes to get it. Okay? That's all I have for y'all today, my beauties. Just something nice and brief about shifting our realities. I do want to do more videos like this. Let me know in the comments below if you did enjoy this. Just wanted to start off small, gave y'all 5 little points there. I would love to go into more different types of like shifting your reality videos. So we're going to see how this goes. Y'all let me know. But for now, y'all, bye, beauties. Make sure y'all stay positive, stay prayed up, and stay faithful. Okay? Mwah. Peace.
Am I really that much? And breaking these niggas down like a hammer. You don't really know you.